You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we have got to talk about this big baby give back that's coming soon. By next week, the baby should be ripped from Sloan Petersen's hands and placed in the arms of his real mama, Nicole Walker. But how does it happen, and what is next for Sloan? Is she out of there? Is she going to be behind bars or running off to Europe? Let's dive in and discuss it, but please subscribe if you haven't yet. So there are huge spoilers this week and next about this whole baby swap storyline unraveling. On Tuesday, May 21st, EJ tells Sloan she's got 24 hours to give back the baby or else. But we know that 24 hours on Days can last literally a week. So it's not going to be tomorrow, right? And EJ is going to offer to pay her to just run off, just leave town, avoid all the fallout, avoid a potential arrest, avoid Eric being furious at you, take the money and go. But she doesn't want to stay with Eric, but at the same time, she doesn't want to go to prison for, stealing a baby. So the one piece of leverage that Sloan still has against EJ is that she can tell Eric and Nicole that the baby is really his, and that would probably wreck Nicole and EJ's marriage. That's what Sloan and EJ both assume. So I do suspect Sloan's going to fight back and remind him of her leverage, but if the choice is running off or going to prison and EJ's willing to roll the dice, she may just run. It would be the smart thing to do. I mean, running seems like the only way she would be willing to keep the paternity secret. EJ's offering her some big bucks to take the bait, just hand back the baby and go. Sloan is spiraling after the confrontation with EJ that goes on Monday and Tuesday. And then on Thursday, Eric demands answers about how she's been acting. And of course, it's the stress getting to her. And on Friday, the 24th this week, we have Sloan finally telling Eric the truth, half the truth. She tells him that Jude is not their baby, but belongs to EJ and Nicole. And to me, that sounds like she's cut a deal with EJ. But the big question is, can Sloan avoid prison? Can she protect her co-conspirators, Melinda, Leo, that dirty doctor? So fast forward to Monday, May 27th, and the spoilers for them say Nicole is shocked when the truth about Jude comes out. She finds out her son is alive and has been with Sloan all this time, and she was right. The kid she said was hers definitely was. And then Tuesday, May 28th, it sounds like Nicole has her baby back in her arms. If it doesn't happen on Monday, it'll be Tuesday, because spoilers for Tuesday say EJ and Nicole focus all their attention on Jude. So they've got the baby at home and they're like, oh, our baby's home. But EJ knows he's a lying sack of poop and that's not his baby. And that lie that he's still EJ's son remains in play all week long. To me, that means Sloan has got a chance to get away with this. That same day, other spoilers say Rafe and Eric are shocked when Sloan disappears. So with Rafe involved, that sounds like criminal charges, right? But then on Thursday, May 29th, we have EJ telling Kristen about his new son. So the lie is still in play. And that means to me, Sloan's not in jail. He is going to be gloating about this because Nicole got her baby back and he has sold her the lie that it's their son. And he thinks this is going to cement their marriage and end any doubts about Nicole getting back with Eric. But then on Friday, the 31st, or is it the 30th? It's the 31st. So the Thursday spoilers are for the 30th. I've lost track of my days. Friday, May 31st, there's a Nicole versus Sloan showdown. And that same day, Eric corners Leo about his role in the baby swap lie, because Eric's starting to put all the pieces together. And other spoilers say the walls are closing in on Melinda Trask. So that means EJ might have figured out she was involved. And of course, she's now gotten his job. So messy. All that said, I can't imagine Melinda and Sloan quietly accepting prison while keeping EJ's dirty paternity secret. Why would they? They would bust him out. So we know that Jessica Serfaty is no longer on the soap opera. That's the actress that plays Sloan. And it seems like this whole reveal is the end for her one way or another. It's not like the actress needs the job. She's engaged to a literal billionaire. The guy's the heir to the Ray-Ban fortune. You know, the sunglasses? Yeah. So I'm still leaning towards criminal charges not happening for a couple of reasons. First, Melinda Trask is going to stay in Salem. I've seen her in a cast photo for people that were still filming this April for episodes airing in December. Not only was she in the photo, but Remington Hoffman, who plays Lee Shen, was in the photo. So he is back alive at some point in a few months. And I've heard a leak that she is still DA and is dating resurrected Lee by the end of the year. Second thing, Sloan going to prison would mean she has no reason not to tell the truth that Jude is really Eric's kid. Although the Rafe and Eric spoiler certainly makes it sound like there's an investigation, that doesn't mean it's going to move forward. EJ could pressure Nicole to not press charges against Sloan and just write it off as a crime of desperation and passion, pregnancy hormones because she had just had a miscarriage, was told she didn't get pregnant again, something like that. I mean, Sloan didn't press charges on Nicole back when she walked away with Jude thinking it was someone else's child. So EJ's desperate to keep this secret, so maybe he can leverage Nicole and keep them out of jail for this reason as long as she agrees to leave town. He was very worried about Eric as an ongoing threat to his marriage with Nicole working so closely with him. Then he had to see Nicole trying to shove her tongue down Eric's throat, standing drunk in the foyer of the mansion where they live as man and wife. Thankfully, Eric shut it down, but it just reinforced for EJ he's got to get Eric out of Nicole's life no matter what. And what's interesting in all of this, if you don't remember, the DNA results locked in the safe at the DiMera mansion clearly state the baby is not EJ's because Sloan shredded the wrong version of them. So it seems a matter of time before something comes out. Somebody finds the envelope and opens it. Maybe not EJ, maybe not Nicole. Could be Kristen, could be Stefan, could be new Gabby. And, perhaps that truth is what Nicole finds out that drives her away because we know she exits Salem for good in late July of this year since she is out of the show, likely forever because she is suing the studio and they don't hire people that are suing them. As for Jessica Serfaty, I do not have a last air date, but she's been off living her best life elsewhere. 2 months ago, she replied to someone on Instagram on a comment, and she confirmed she has moved to Italy where her fiance lives, and she seems to have been gone from LA since at least the end of 2023 and possibly longer, which means her last air date could come at any time. And admittedly, they could send her off to prison and still exit the character, but I suspect she may take the money and run if she can get away because that will protect Melinda and Leo and from Eric finding out that they knew Jude was his son all along. We'll see, but definitely watch for the end of Sloan as she is cornered and her big bad secret is out and she's got no place to turn for help except to EJ DiMera, most ironically. Hey, subscribe if you haven't, drop your comments and come back soon. We are here talking Days of Our Lives 7 days a week, and as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.